Welcome to the Pesky Report, a podcast for Red Sox fans. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Pesky Report. This is episode number 173. My name is Brad Chandler. With me today, I'm joined by Doink. How are we doing?
So great. So good. So good.
Oh my God.
I fucked it up. Damn it.
I'm still in witness protection. I need to get like a light, or I don't know. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I look like one of those people that are like, I should have my voice translated to where like you can't understand, like you don't know it's me.
Yeah, the morphed voice to protect your identity.
Whoa, this is not what, something like that. So I really got to get a light, but whatever. Yeah, so Red Sox, cool. Meh. This year sucked.
Yeah, season's over.
The season's been
the
over
first
for a
time
while.
The season was not over for me until this series. I'm going to be honest. They kept giving me a little hope. Beating the Rays gives me a little hope, but like, nope. This was it. I think this
see what Fangraphs has them for.
Yeah. Oh, it's less than 1%.
They have 1% chance to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think they're saying the Orioles only have 6.4% chance to make the playoffs.
That's bullshit. They could totally fall into the wild card. Like I need to pull up the wild card standings also, but like
they're only 10, they're 4 games back.
I thought they were 2.
Yeah, they're 2 games back of the Blue Jays, but they're 4 games back of the Rays.
Yeah, like there's so much, I think, like, I don't know. There's a lot of weird shifting that could definitely happen, but like Toronto could fall out of it. I don't see Seattle falling out of it, but like,
you know what? Like, call me an asshole, but I kind of want to see Seattle fall out of it just because they've been out of the playoffs since 2001. Like, it's like I want to see them win, but I don't, just because it's like it's been 21 years.
It would be funny, but like I just can't see it happening. What's their record in like the last like month and a half? It's like 40 and like 49 and 20 or something.
In the last month, there's only 31 days in a month.
Well, no, the last couple months. It's like they posted a graphic today that was like they're 49 and 21 or something ridiculous like that. So I don't see that happening. I think I could see the Blue Jays falling out of it because they've been not playing the most competitive baseball. But the most exciting thing I'm looking at in the standings is the Rays winning the division.
No.
I'm sorry. Look at how many. Look at the lead the Yankees have in the division right now.
Yeah,
6 games.
Weren't they like 16 games?
It was 16 and a half.
Yeah,
17 and a half at times.
Crazy.
Like that's a ground loss that like you don't want to admit to or like witness, and it's like, I mean, gotta look at the schedule.
I'm looking at the standings right now, and what is this called? The elimination number. These are mathematical calculations that do not take tiebreakers or so the Red Sox have 16. Like they'd have to like win 16 games or whatever. I don't know. Their magic number is 16.
Mm-hmm.
Like they'd have to. What is that? Lose 16? What does that mean?
No, I think that means win. But like I thought it was like I thought we could only afford like 7 or 8 more losses for the rest of the season. That was what I was under the impression going into the Twins series, that was our number of games we were allowed to lose was like 7 or 8. So
no, I think it means the games that they can lose, because Tampa's at 27. So that's.
But then that's like also, I'm assuming, accounting for like catastrophic disaster in at least like 2 other teams, which like I don't see happening. But the Yankees are about to start a 3-game set with the Rays. If they get swept on the road,
They're down to 3.
3. It's like goodbye.
That's holy
I
shit. I might actually watch that game.
I'm gonna watch that whole series.
Yeah, that's what I meant. The series.
Absolutely keeping an eye on that.
That
And then
doesn't
they
start. That starts tomorrow, though.
starts tomorrow. Then they play the Twins for 4, and then they play the Rays again for 3. So like, even if they only lose 1 to the Rays, then they have them again in a week. So we'll see. We'll see.
I want the
I'm
Rays.
happy to play spoiler too. You know, we see the Yankees a lot towards in September. We see them 6 times. So like, we could get some spoiler games in there just for fun. I'm super down.
Would you rather Tampa or Toronto?
Tampa. I still think it's funny that Toronto, like, their season was just nothing like what they expected. They got glimpses of
that movie.
Yeah, they got glimpses of their season being a movie, but it's absolutely was not a movie. It was like a D-list horror movie, kind of like $100 budget horror movie.
Well, they started doing really good once Montoya got fired.
Sure did.
Fuck. I'm gonna be dead ass. Like, I barely watched any of the games this series. Speaking of which, so we were supposed to record last night. I hit up the crew, which is usually either Brady or it consists of Brady, Doink, and Tim for the weekday show. And I was like, all right, who's gonna record tonight? Tim has to work nights, so rest in peace him ever being on the show. And then unfortunately, Brady's dealing with some family situations. His wife is going through chemo right now. Our thoughts are with the Brady family, also with Jenny.
Prayers up.
You'll get through this, and our thoughts are with you. So I Doink's like, oh, I'm free, and I'm like, oh, cool. It'll be just Doink and myself, and I'm like, all right. Usually I hit her up. I'll hit them up like at like in the middle of the game, and I'll send them a link, whatever. I decided to lay down with the game on, and I knew I was gonna fall asleep because I rolled over. I like put my alarm on just in case, or I thought I put my alarm on. I set my alarm for 9:30 just in case I did fall asleep. So I thought. I wake up at like 11 o'clock. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, the game ended at like 10:45, and I was like, all right, waiting on this StreamYard link. And then I told my boyfriend, I was like, I think Brad fell asleep.
Yeah, so like you can tell when I fall asleep because I'm like,
yeah, it's like you weren't live tweeting the game. It happened.
I'm super fucking quiet. I don't say shit, and then it's been super busy at work lately too. Like no excuse. I should have, I scheduled it. I was like, hey, we'll do it after the game. I just passed out. And I was just
I don't think anybody with 2 eyeballs and a brain can blame you for not wanting to stay up late to watch Red Sox baseball right now. Like we were getting into the 9th inning last night, and it should have not have been a 6-5 game.
But in fairness, so while I was at work today, I listened to the game, and because what is it? At bat, you can listen to it if you have a subscription. Mm-hmm. It's archived, which I think is a new thing because I don't remember.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I do too.
You can watch the whole game too now.
Well,
sick.
Yeah. I mean, you've always been able to watch the whole game.
But they remove them after a little bit. Now they keep them up.
For how long?
I think they just keep them up.
See, I don't know. I don't know if I can watch a game.
Oh, I wouldn't
after
go back
after like game. Knowing, but like I'm allowed to listen to stuff at work, so I'm just like, dude, I got 10 hours I got to kill. I'll listen to like 3 baseball games if I have to, So I'm listening to the game, and I was shocked to find out that Whitlock was the one that gave up what was it, 3 runs in the 7th? Was it the 7th or the 8th? Well, Barnes came in and he didn't shut it down, but he didn't give up anything. Speaking of which,
it's like when Barnes can close out a game when he like doesn't have his stuff still. I was like,
he was using his changeup.
Okay. It was wild.
He was using his changeup. Like I didn't see it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and fucking bullshit through it. But I could hear Fleming and Castig talking about how he went from using his curveball to his changeup. And then I guess like at some point during the 9th inning, it looked like Cora was walking out to bring in Strom, and instead of bringing in Strom, he just like hits Barnes in the chest and is like, "You got this." And then that was against Correa, and then Correa ends up rolling into a double play to end the game. He hits a ball to Xander to Story, and I don't think anybody could say enough about the fact that like Story's back. Like, it is so nice to have him back because now, like, not taking anything away from Arroyo because Arroyo is a good second baseman as well, but he's not as good as Story.
Those diving plays, I've missed those, man. The throws on his knees, I missed it. I missed it so much. Still get a little nervous when you see a ball rolling at him like really fast just because of his wrist, but other than that, no issues with that. I love the little like firing up the boys from Cora though. That fucking rule. I was so nervous. I saw Cora walking out there. I was like, who is left to go into this game other than Schreiber? And God, please don't do that. Like, we don't need to use him right now.
Right. He's burnt the fuck out.
Then
you're thinking of like Strom versus a righty, and of all people, Correa. And it's like, please don't do that.
I was so ready to get walked off last night. It like wasn't even funny.
It's Correa. Of course you're ready to get walked off.
But at least, it's Correa in 2022. Not Correa in 2021, 2020, and 2019. So I was like 2017. So I was like, all right. Like, he wasn't really that scary this series. Like, I still stand by. I know we lost a series to them, but like the first thing I tweeted when Correa got traded to the Twins was, I'm not scared, and I refuse to be scared of the Minnesota Twins. And granted, they beat us up a little bit, but I'm still not scared.
Aren't we 4-2 against them?
I think we might be because we swept them. Yeah,
we didn't sweep them.
Didn't?
No.
Or we split earlier? I don't remember.
They were the first game at Fenway.
That was 2-1, and then this was 2-1.
Yeah,
I'll take it. Whatever.
You know what I miss? You know how you said you miss that about Story? I miss Rafi hitting.
Yeah. He's hurt. Something's wrong. We've got
Has to be.
I mean, it's like you look at the numbers just since coming off the IL, and it's he's hitting like sub 200. It's like, yeah, no, he's clearly not good. He was rushed back because he's Rafi and we need him. But now we're at a point where we don't need him, and I would be okay tossing him back on the IL if they want to.
Toss him on the IL, bring Casas up.
I mean, if that's even another, we were talking before we started recording about who we would throw on the IL right now to bring Casas up, and it's like, throw Rafi on there. That's yet another roster spot. Who else do we want to see? Let's get a look at everybody. Like, you want to bring up Blaze Jordan? I don't know. Fuck it.
Wait,
just get him up there.
Just totally skip AAA.
Yeah, just skip AAA. Why not?
Yeah, he's been pretty awful.
He's 0 for 21, right?
Something like that.
0 for 21 with like something like 16 strikeouts or something ridiculous like that.
Terrible. Brandon brought this up in our chat, and he was like, "Oh, Rafi's pissed because like he threw his bat down, he threw his gloves down, he threw his helmet down." I don't know about anybody else, but like, okay, the first couple times he did that, I understood it. But you need to calm down with that shit, because if you throw your bat or throw your helmet down and it hits the umpire, they don't care.
Yeah.
You're probably going to get ejected, and we can't afford to get...
That's an equipment violation.
Right.
I feel like, yeah, he's just been doing that forever. So I feel like that kind of behavior is just expected for him. And I feel like he always somehow manages to be the third out. And when you're the third out, I feel like you're a lot less likely to get tossed for an equipment violation. If that makes sense. But something I thought was funny was Rafi is like 0 for 21 or something.
Yeah.
But at the moment that Rafi went 0 for 19, Kevin Plawecki is 10 for 19.
Yeah. Tell me why. So I already knew what the score was before I listened to the game today. So I'm listening to the game. I forgot where. I think it went. Plawecki hit a fucking ball like to right field, right? Am I right? Ron? And he just missed a homer, and I was like, "Dude, we almost broke 10.
We almost broke 10. We might still.
We just
depending on if a Plawecki DFA is looming." That's the funny part too about, like, we haven't talked about it yet, but Wong got called up today.
And Bazardo.
But like calling up a catcher also, just like while one of our catchers actually just magically starts to heat up out of nowhere, is so funny. So happy that Wong is here because he's on an absolute heater right now. But it kind of like, you can't DFA Plawecki when he's got like a 4-game hit streak and he's like 10 for his last 19, 11 for his last 20 or something. Like, that's just doesn't make sense. What do you do?
Where am I? I'm trying to look this up. Smith just posted up that there's a good chance Houck will miss the rest of 2022.
Bye-bye. Yeah, Houck and Hosmer, I guess, are looking questionable for the near future. I think both of them have been shut down from baseball activity. So, Mr. Tristan Houses.
I love that.
It is your time soon.
Your time is up.
He's coming. He's coming soon. He's coming. I think it's just like a matter of having to figure out what the roster move is going to be, because, like, you know, obviously the 2 free roster spots is like that's a no-brainer. You know, you're just like, cool, we get a pitcher, we get a position player. Like, Wong is tearing it up. Our catching is, you know, iffy, so like, get him up. We're throwing all these rookies anyways who are used to pitching to Wong, so like, that's going to be great. I'm so excited to see Wong and Bayo.
Wong has hit 9 homers in his last 16 games.
Insane. Like,
that's what I've been looking for, like, this entire time you've been talking.
Like, since when does he have like a crazy power stroke like that? Like, is that new?
He's got more homers than Tristan Casas does in the last 16 games.
Fucking insane.
He has more home runs in the last 16 games than Plawecki and Vasquez had as Red Sox.
God, that rules.
Unfortunately, Wong does not count towards the Let's Break 10.
No.
Plawecki has to hit.
It's just whack. But we only need 1, right? We're at 9? Or are we at 8?
We're at 9.
We're at 9. All right. Tonight, maybe?
Is he catching?
Yeah, he's catching Hill, because that was another thing that fucking pissed me off today. Was they announced like the lineup and everyone was like, Plawecki's catching, Wong's not catching. I'm like, did you see what him and Rich Hill did the last time Rich Hill started? You really, like, you don't want them to do that again? Tonight's game's gonna be an hour and a half. Like, like, it's gonna be a joke.
The 75-minute game confirmed.
Yeah, he's just like not. Rich is gonna do the thing again where he just doesn't shake off a single pitch that Plawecki calls, and it's gonna be beautiful. I hope. But like, yeah, I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about Wong not starting tonight because I know for sure he's gonna start on when's Bayo starting on Saturday?
Here, I'll check real quick.
I think he's starting Saturday. So that means
he
for
starts
sure.
Saturday.
For sure we're gonna see a Wong start on Saturday.
He'll probably start Saturday and Sunday because Crawford's doing Sunday as well.
Love it. I'm excited to see Crawford pitch to him because I'm sure they have a better relationship than either Plawecki or definitely McGuire. So,
bro, I fucking forgot about this. Keuchel is going on Friday.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that.
And we're missing Perez.
Yeah, no Perez day. I feel like that might have been intentional. Just trying to like get him to not pitch in Boston because we're kind of like, it's funny. I saw someone posted a screenshot of like how they're promoting this series against the Rangers, and it's literally being promoted as a pennant race. And I'm like, it's a little fun. I mean, technically, the two of us are fighting in the standings. They're like, what, 2.5 games behind us? They're a game behind. No, wait.
I don't think.
Yeah, they're 2 games behind us. And so it's like, yeah, I guess we're technically, yeah, we're 8 back and they're 12 back. Wait, that's not good math.
That's 4.
I'm
what? I'm like sitting here, I'm like looking at it and I'm like,
oh, my brain.
That was recorded, by the way.
Okay, well, I've also had a long day, so.
Touche. I won't give you too much shit for that.
Yeah, that was bad. But it's very hilarious to build this series against the Rangers as a pennant race. So we'll see.
I mean, the Red Sox have to lose. There's 25 games for the wild card. So there's not a chance the Red Sox win. So
win the wild card? No shot. I mean, I think the White Sox are going to maybe do a little slipping. They're just checked out. But also so are we.
Well, I mean, in fairness, their manager is like
defunct.
Yeah.
He's getting like treatment for his heart or whatever. But also like Tony La Russa being gone should be a positive thing for the White Sox, considering how this season has gone. I just want Baltimore to make it in.
Would you trade Seattle not making it for Baltimore to make it?
Well, I feel like that kind of goes hand in hand, right? Like potentially Seattle would be the ones to fall out, and Baltimore would squeak in.
Tampa and Seattle right now are tied.
So we're saying Toronto would fall out probably more likely than Baltimore.
But I'm just saying, like, would you trade Seattle to see Baltimore?
Yes, absolutely. I like Oriole Magic is stronger than Mariner Magic by far. I want to see Gunnar Henderson hit a home run in the wild card game. So bad. That fucking
I'm down for that.
His first major league hit as a homer. That's just like one of my favorite things in sports. So cool.
Wasn't like Daniel Nava's like a grand slam?
Ooh, I think so. That's just like that's just the coolest thing that can happen.
Yeah, it was a Nava blasted grand slam in his first at bat. I think it was also a pinch hit, I think. He was the 4th person to ever get his first hit as a grand slam.
That's so cool.
That's nuts.
I love that.
I do too. Fuck. I'm not talking about this series, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, I was, I missed.
You know what I do want to talk about?
What?
Edwin Diaz and Timmy Trump's
I don't want to talk about that. I'm really upset about how that played out for me.
So you went to what? You went to
On Monday. Or was that
oh, that was
Monday?
Monday. No, Tuesday.
Tuesday,
It
because
was
they had an
Tuesday.
off day Monday. Yeah, Tuesday. There was like the whole Tuesday was, for everyone that doesn't know, I'm really fucked up, and I'm a Red Sox fan and a Knicks fan. Tuesday was Knicks night at Citi Field, and I quite enjoy myself a Mets game. But
You
they
also
were
live in Queens,
I also
so
live in Queens, so I was, easy peasy. And they also were like, Timmy Trumpet is in town. He's gonna, throw out the first pitch. He's gonna just like, do take me out to the ball game on the trumpet. And if Edwin Diaz comes in for a save or a close, he's gonna play his walk-up music live. So the game was looking like it was gonna be, it was like they were up 3-2, the Mets were up, and it was like looking like they were gonna win. And then, of course, the Dodgers take the lead. And I do not, in fact, get to see Edwin Diaz. I get to see the Mets go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the ninth while it starts pouring rain. And it was my friend's birthday. And it was just like it was the saddest scene at Citi Field. And then, of course, Timmy Trumpet stuck around yesterday. And he got to do the thing. I'm so sad. It was like the videos from Citi Field last night with him playing the trumpet live to Diaz coming out, and like that place was rocking. It was like a full-on like NLCS atmosphere in Citi Field, and I was just like, God fucking damn it. Literally the next day, like I could have just gone the next day and gotten like everything I wanted. But of course, no. But I hope that like Steve Cohen like keeps Timmy Trumpet on a retainer, because like he's gonna have to be there for the playoffs. Like you have to. But he also flew to New York from Australia to do that. So yeah. I hope he just sticks around. It's only like another month. Just like hang out in New York for a month. What are you doing?
The first time he's ever been to a baseball game.
Mm-hmm.
So that was
crazy. He
was
having the time of his life.
He was.
When he threw out the first pitch, he like ran and like bear hugged. I think it was Tyler Naquin that caught it. He like ran and like hug jumped him and like wrapped his legs around him after he threw out the first pitch. It was like, this guy is having the best time in the world.
You know what it reminds me of?
What?
It reminds me of the 2004 Red Sox with the Dropkick Murphys.
Yeah, it's the same atmosphere.
I get that type of vibe.
Like everyone just loses their collective shit when they hear like just the first couple of notes of that song. And then they also have like Mr. and Mrs. Met have their own little trumpets, and they do like a choreographed little like trumpet dance during it. It fucking rules, man. It's so cool.
Have you read the lyrics to that song?
No.
It's fucking terrible.
It's like it says something about like, here's my southern something, right?
Hold on.
I don't know what it is. You can't really understand what they're saying in the song.
No. Yes, you can.
Oh.
Here's my southern slang. I speak it every day. I'm trying to get it popping each and every way. It's one nation under goons. My goons are stripping all these cats down in their underoos. Ruse.
Yeah, lyrics aren't the strong point of that song for sure. But it's electric other than that.
I'm not gonna lie. I made it my alarm.
Oh yeah.
So 4:00 in the morning when my alarm goes off, I hear.
That's good. That's like a good like pump up. Like, how do you not just like jolt out of bed every day with that?
So I got a brand new phone, and like when I set it up and whatnot, and I was just like, I did the weekends at Bernie's thing where I was just like,
just like dancing up, just like getting out of bed and just busting a move.
oh,
Oh, that rules.
it was pretty funny. So you got to see Mookie.
I did get to see Mookie. He didn't do much. Hit a double.
He hit a home run the next day.
Did hit a home run the next day off DeGrom, and something else I missed, which is really cool. I don't know. I was like, that was the first time I've ever been to a Dodgers game, or like a game that the Dodgers have played, especially since the trade. So like walking around Citi Field and seeing so many Betts jerseys, I was like, this is not fair. It was the first time I think it actually like registered in my brain that I miss him a little bit, and like was willing to admit it out loud. But it's all right. He's happy. He fucking loves it there. It was nice to see him. I kind of wish I had gotten seats in right field to like yell at him a bit, but
where'd you sit?
I was like up in like the 400s, kind of like on the first base line. That's like my favorite place to sit at Citi Field.
Oh, I think
or just like at any ballpark, like high up, first base line, best view in the entire park, always.
Fenway, the best seats I've ever been in were the monster seats.
I think I'm gonna do that next summer. Or maybe if monster tickets are looking cheap towards the end of this season, maybe that's the move.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Those were the best seats I've had. Second best seats I had were up near the State Pavilion.
Oh yeah, that rules up there.
Yeah, but it's like steep. It's like
like kind of like to the right of the press box, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that rules. I got my mom tickets behind home plate for the first full capacity. That was the game we were both at, the first full capacity Marlins game that was raining.
Yeah.
We were sitting behind home plate. Yeah, sprinkling a little bit. We were right behind home plate, and that ruled. I was on TV.
I've gone. Let's see. The actual best seats I've ever had was a spring training game, but I don't really count that because it was a spring training game. But I don't know if I told you the story before. Excuse me. My buddy's wife bought him tickets to go to spring training, and for some reason she thought spring training was in Boston.
Wait, so she didn't buy the plane tickets? She just
hold on.
Okay.
Wait for it. So she thought that spring training was in Boston, and it was supposed to be my buddy and his best friend, which so happens to be her cousin. So she tells her cousin about it, and her cousin's like, I can't go to that. And she's like, well, why not? He's like, that's in Florida, and I can't get the time off to go to Florida. She's like, what do you mean it's in fucking Florida? And then like she realizes it says, Florida. And she's like, shit, now I got to buy him plane tickets too. So he ends up finding out about it. Right? He gets it for Christmas and whatnot. And he finds out about it, and he's like, well, John can't go. Who can I bring? And like he like randomly hits me up one day. He's like, hey, dude, I want to say this was like the beginning of January. He goes, hey, dude, would you like to go to a spring training game? I was like, I can't afford to take time off and go to spring training, plane ticket, hotel, all this stuff.
He's like, nah, it's on the missus.
And he goes, what if I told you it's all taken care of? All you have to do is pay for food for yourself. I'm like, yes, please. So we fly down. We get there at like 2 o'clock, or not 2 o'clock. We get there at like 12 o'clock in the morning, right? So we left Saturday. We get there at 12 o'clock in the morning because there was a delay for the flight. We were supposed to be there at like 8, but we get there at like midnight, whatever. The game's at like 1.
Mm-hmm.
I believe our flight was at 7. So we weren't even in Florida for 24 hours.
Damn.
So we end up getting there, we go to the game and whatnot. He's not telling me anything. He doesn't tell me where the seats are or whatever. And I'm just like, I hope they're not behind home plate. Sometimes their seats suck. Lo and behold, they're right behind home plate.
Damn. Did they suck though?
No, they didn't. Because I don't know.
Well, I'm assuming this is pre-JetBlue Park, right?
No, this is JetBlue.
Oh, it's JetBlue? Nice.
Yeah. This was
I want to go
2019.
There. Oh, word.
And I started getting text messages from people. They're like, bro, are you like right behind home plate? I'm like, yeah. And I was wearing that Red Sox shirt with the wicked piss with the Yankees logo on the urinal. Yeah. It was fun. We weren't there for 24 hours and I got sunburned. I got to take a picture with Dave Dombrowski.
Nice.
Tony was like one row up from him, like passing out, probably drunk.
Probably drunk. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if I go to spring training, I'll want to go to like 5 games.
Yeah, I mean, like I only did it because it was free,
right.
Like
yeah, you're not gonna beggars can't be choosers in that scenario.
So I mean, it was cool. It was so cool.
I'd be like, all right, I'll see you back in Boston. I'm gonna stay here for a couple days.
Right. And like we got home, it was like late at night. I got home at like 11:30 or whatever, and I had to be up for like 4 o'clock in the morning. And I went to work, and I was like dead tired. The only other time I went to work after like a game was I went to I think it was game 4 of the ALCS last year. And I found tickets for like $40. And I was like, fuck it. It was literally like 20 minutes before the game started.
Yeah,
and I live 2 hours away. So I'm like, I buy the tickets. I call my boss up. I'm like, I'm not coming in tomorrow. He's like, why not? And I tell him the story. He's like, dude, you better hurry the fuck up. Like, that's a drive.
He's like, why are you calling me? Just go.
So to his surprise, like when he came in at 7 o'clock in the morning, he saw me. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? Because I got home at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I probably got like an hour and a half of sleep. And then like my manager came up to me. He's like, dude, you can go home. Like,
nice.
just go home. Like, take a half day. And I was like, okay. Like, you don't have to you don't have to tell me twice, So yeah, that was crazy. Like, that was the first time I met Ed too.
Oh. Yeah, going to work the day after a late game is not fun. It took us a really long time to get home Tuesday night because it's also the US Open and Citi Field and
it's like right across the street from each other, right?
Yeah, they're like right across the street. So like all the trains were just absolute nightmare. Just awful. Just an awful time trying to get home. And we were like soaking wet because it was raining. It was just, bad time.
Yeah. So like when I started this job, so I ended up getting a different job and I started it in February. I'm already on like my second or third boss now. And this when I got hired, my first boss asked me, he was like, because he knew I did a podcast and whatnot. And he went, baseball's not going to interfere with your work, is it? And I was like, the only time it'll interfere with is when I have to take time off to go to a game. And he's like, well, how often do you go to games? And I'm like, I don't know. I'll call you.
You're like, I'll let you know, bud. Depends on how good the Red Sox are doing.
I mean, I want to say I went to like 4 games this year.
Nice. I think
maybe.
Yeah. I've been to 2, 3. I've also been to 4 games.
I know Pete was at a couple of the games that I went to, so I knew I was screwed.
There you go. I've only been to 3 Mets games, and I think I've been to 4 Sox games.
Yeah, but didn't you go to 1 at Yankee Stadium?
Oh, no, I went to 2 at Yankee Stadium. So I've been to 5.
I've been to a game that your mom was at.
You have.
Actually,
my mom went to Italian Heritage Night the other night, too. At Fenway.
Your mom and I were at your mom and I were at opening day.
Yes.
She was on the Green Monster dropping the flag.
She was.
I didn't see her, but you made sure to let me know that she was there.
Yeah, good stuff. Those I've just have removed both of those Yankees games from last month or 2 months ago from my brain.
Bro, the fucking opening day.
Watching Chris Sale walk off the field with his finger hanging on by a thread, it's like burned into my brain. Me and my friend instantly walked to like the closest bar in Yankee Stadium and paid like $20 for a shot of whiskey. We were like, we need this. I was like, I've never bought liquor at a baseball game before, but if there is ever a situation that calls for overpaying for liquor, it is this one.
I think Chris Sale could have used that liquor a lot more than you and your friend.
I'm sure he had his own.
Maybe he was smashing shit in the clubhouse or something.
Yeah, breaking into the beer and chicken stash for sure.
Man.
Bad season, man.
It really
season.
has been.
It's been thing after thing too. It's like, and it's not like I was even like expecting Houck to be back. I was like, I've written Houck off, but like, you know, you get a notification from Jen today that's like, oh, Houck's probably shut down for the season. You're like, this doesn't hurt me at all. Like,
I mean, that's
can't
true.
be hurt. I cannot be hurt.
The Red Sox have hurt me enough this season that I cannot be hurt right now. By you telling me that anybody else.
I mean, I definitely don't want to, you know, be like, oh, no injury could hurt me. Because, like, there could definitely be some sustaining injuries that would definitely hurt me. I just want to do everything to avoid them from here on out. So, like, just keep everybody safe. Just, like, nobody needs to die for a ball right now. I'm good. Especially Christian Arroyo.
Dude, him playing first base the other night.
Hit the splits like it was nothing.
He did. And he said he wasn't going to.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Sometimes you can't, you just do what your body tells you to do.
Yeah.
You could say, hey, I'm not doing it. And your body's like, yeah, the fuck you are.
Yeah. I mean, this team's just, they're a little checked out. Like, I know Verdugo was really ragging on himself after Wednesday's game. Right? No, Tuesday's game. Because, you know, he had those, like,
he misplayed the ball.
He had that really bad error in the outfield, and then he also had like a base running mistake, and it's, you know, that's par for the course for him. But I love seeing the accountability from him, and he, you know, is still going to show up, but like they're a little checked out for sure. And I don't blame him. Like, how do you not check out a little bit where like you're just going to clear, and you know, Raffy had that awful play where he forgot how many outs there were and missed a double play on Monday. That sucked. But, you know, can't really fault you for having your mind elsewhere right now, I guess.
What do you think is the biggest thing that the Red Sox have to look like? So, all right, let me start over. So, we know that there was talks about Bloom and Cora, one of them being in the hot seat or whatever. And then Sam Kennedy came out and said that they're both returning next year. So I don't really consider 2020 a real year. Obviously it is, but like I don't consider that like a full year for Bloom because he just got thrown into the wolves and whatnot. No. And like he had to trade Mookie. Granted, there's probably like other things he could have done. He could have got other players or something instead of like Connor Wong and Jeter Downs. And like he definitely could have gotten some other prospects in that. And we don't know what Wong's going to look like. We don't know what Jeter Downs is going to look like. But do you think this is kind of like if Bloom fails this year, you think he's like gonna get shit canned?
I think everyone's aware of that. Like I think I think Bloom is aware of it, and especially with like all of this stuff coming to light that's, oh, is he in trouble now? It's like, well, he's not, but he could be. I think like he would be crazy if he thought that, this year was a success and this was like acceptable to be anywhere near next season. I fully expect him to go absolutely crazy this winter. And I will be disappointed with anything other than going absolutely crazy.
So we end up. Who do we have coming off the books? We got Evaldi, we got Plawecki, we've got Price, we've got.
So happy. So happy about that.
How many more years do we have Pedroia for?
I don't care. Give him more.
Yeah, but
no, I know. It eats up salary. I have no idea, actually.
We still owe Manny $2 million a year. Like, I don't hate that.
We've got a ton of money coming off. Like, so much.
JD's coming off. Xander's coming off. With the potential that he comes back on, but...
Yeah. Got a lot of people leaving, and we've got a whole bullpen to rebuild, first of all.
Maybe we don't need to rebuild it. Maybe we just need to call people up.
I think a little bit of both would be nice. I would like to not have a bullpen full of like fresh out of AAA guys. Always want to have that mix in there, but
we need a closer.
I would love to obtain a legitimate closer. You think we could trade Tanner Houck? Does anyone want him?
And he fucking nice. Maybe Baltimore.
I feel like people would definitely want him. Like NL, maybe.
Toronto doesn't want him.
Maybe. No, he's just not. He's just not even the city as a whole doesn't want him. I could see him going to the West Coast. Tanner Houck to the Angels.
For Shohei Ohtani?
Yep, straight up. Let's do it. Sign
I mean, Bucky, that gives us a DH and a starting pitcher. I think we might, I believe it was 10 that said it, but we might need a little something else for that. That doesn't seem fair on the Red Sox.
Yeah.
I'll throw a little Mike Trout in there.
Yeah, I'll take Mike Trout and Shohei for Tanner Houck. That sounds great.
Straight up. I mean, they're getting ready to sell the team anyways, right?
Yeah, they're going to blow that shit up.
God, this season fucking sucked. I should have known this season was going to suck when I went to the opening day and they got their asses handed to them.
Yeah. But we also did pretty bad opening weekend last year, so what are you going to go off? Whatever. Fuck it. This season took too long to like become obvious that it wasn't a good season, which is the annoying part. I think it's like June was awesome.
And that was literally the only fucking month that was awesome.
And I just haven't known happiness since. Like but like you're
in
good.
In June, they had an 86% chance to make it the playoffs.
Yeah, no. And then you're like, all that false hope comes way too late in the season where you're just like, okay, like July is pretty bad, but like
August,
surely everyone else will be fine in August. And then August was worse than July somehow.
And before the trade deadline at the beginning of August, they had a 26% chance of making the playoffs.
God damn. Too many injuries. Everyone's broken. It's awful. I'm ready for next year. I'm looking at it. I'm ready for even just the end of this year. It's like, I can't believe I'm still going to watch all these games, but I'm going to.
I can't say that I'm going to watch them all, but I'll definitely put them on.
Like, I'll definitely know what the final score of all these games is. I can guarantee you that I will know who started and what the final score was. That's my promise to you.
Okay, so now that we've like, I don't know, we didn't really talk about the series or anything. What I do want to talk about so like I said, I listened to WEEI today. And I was listening to the game. And Jesus Christ, the most fucking annoying thing that can happen on the radio is the exact same commercial over and over and over and over and over again.
Same shit on MLB TV. It's awesome.
I absolutely love Joe Castiglione. He can say and do no wrong. But holy shit, have I heard the at Shaw's, you got the
I love the Shaw's commercial.
No, it's the fucking peanut butter. It's like peanut butter cookies or peanut butter in the jar or straight out the jar. It's 97 cents. And it's like, cool, that sounds great. Let me, there's no Shaw's near me, but
I'm on my way, Joe. Don't worry.
I would love to get some peanut butter now because like I love peanut butter. And then like he comes live, he's like out of the jar and cookies, peanut butter is 97 cents at Shaw's. And I'm just like, what?
Oh, that's
and
so
then
funny.
And then like 2 minutes later, they repeat it. And I'm just like, bro, what the fuck are we doing? And then Will Fleming does it. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, are you guys trying to like bash this into people's brains? Like peanut butter is 97 cents if you use the digital coupon on Shaw's
That's
app.
So
I'm like, oh my Lord. I swear in the broadcast, they must have said it at least 50 or 60 times.
I think like our MLB TV commercials, they're like regional, right? Like you don't get them based on the team you're watching, but based on where you live. I'm assuming because
see, I don't watch MLB TV all that often.
Okay. So the
not anymore
because you're blacked out, so that makes sense. But since I live in New York, am blessed with this Pete Alonso commercial for Car Shield that comes on. I'm gonna send it in the chat if you want to watch it because it is the most absurd. Pete Alonso is such a bad actor. And he just does this. I don't know how this like car repair company landed him for a commercial, but it's fucking hilarious. And I get to watch it at least like 4 times a game. It's so good. He's cannot act for shit.
Hold on. Let me pull this up.
He's so funny.
So we can watch this together.
Hello, Nathan.
What the?
Pete Alonso? The polar bear? 2-time home run derby champ. What are you doing to my car?
Your car warranty's expired.
Yeah?
A car out of warranty could cost you thousands.
But seriously, how did you get in my car?
This is not about me. This is about you. You need to call Car Shield. They offer protection on major parts and systems for most makes and models. Plus, you get 24/7 roadside assistance.
Free advertisement, by the way.
Free ad for Car Shield.
And so much more.
Oh, that sounds great.
That's because it is, Nathan. Do you hate saving money?
No.
Then
he is pretty fucking terrible. Do you hate saving money?
Just wait till the last line.
Before a breakdown.
You're right. I'm going to call Car Shield right now.
It's a total home run. It's an absolute moon blast into the third deck.
Oh.
Also, I kind of need a ride to the game. Do you mind taking me?
Love to.
Don't strike out against expensive car repair.
So I get to watch that like 4 times a game, and it fucking rules. I never get sick of watching that commercial. Give the man his Oscar. Like, why does Pete Alonso need a ride to the Mets game? Like he definitely has that covered.
Well, his truck got demolished, so that's probably why.
Damn.
Too soon?
I didn't even think about the fact that he is doing like a car warranty, like a car repair commercial after getting in that awful accident. I did not even think about the subliminal messaging there until just now. Damn.
Badass Pete Alonso.
Yeah. And we get like those like MLB, the like ASMR commercials that they do. Those are nice. I like those.
Yeah, when I watch MLB though, it just randomly puts up like stupid commercials on. It's annoying. They're annoying.
Well, that series was great.
Yeah. Do you even want to look ahead?
I mean, I feel a lot better about the one that's coming up than the one that just happened, but also I don't know why I have a reason to feel that way. Like I shouldn't. I shouldn't be excited for a 4-game set against
Bro, our next day
the
off
Rangers.
is next Thursday.
That's so unfair. And like they have to travel in between then too, right? Are we traveling? Are we doing 2 straight flights without a day off?
No, we're doing Texas. That's at home. Then we're going to Tampa. Then we have the day off. Then we're flying to Baltimore.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's like flying from Minnesota home
Yep.
without a
Yeah,
day
you're right.
off, and
Yeah,
then
you're right.
flying from home to Tampa without a day off. That sucks. That sucks so bad. And the game in Tampa the next day is at 4:00.
Yeah, but Michael Walker's pitching that game.
Let's go. He's gonna shove it down their throats.
Unless he goes on the fucking IL between
No.
now and then.
If anyone, that'll just make Red Sox baseball fully unwatchable to me. Unwalkable.
Unwalkable.
Unwalkable. Speaking of Waka, I need him for 2 years, 35 million, like yesterday.
35 might be a little bit much.
I mean, he's
What do you get this year?
That's gonna be his price though. Like with
I don't think
okay,
so.
let's do okay. Wait, 3 for no wait. I meant 3 for 35. I'm sorry. I was like 2 for 35 is a lot. 3 for 35, 36. I think is gonna be his value.
Yeah, that I wouldn't hate that
because he's fully revalued himself this year, and
I'd give him 3 for 30.
Anywhere in that like 30 to 38
I say
window,
10. I think 10 million a year is not bad.
I think just depending on just like whatever his market value is, just beat it and keep him. Like his wife is gonna have a baby like in a month. I think keep him in Boston. I think he'll want to stay. Like he will want to like have some roots. Baby on the way. Dad strength Waka next year as like our number 3.
Who would be our number 1?
I don't know. It depends on who is like physically well enough.
Because Chris Sale's definitely not our number 1.
Yeah, does he just get like default demoted to 1 or 2? I mean, just because he's broken.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I probably wouldn't even put him at 2.
I mean, if we re-sign, let's see, if we're looking at between the 3 of Sale, Pavetta, Waka, is Waka my ace?
I don't know.
I mean,
that's not a good thing to like.
That's not great.
Bayo's my ace.
We could also acquire an ace. That is something we're very capable of as a team. I don't know who's hitting that'll have to be by trade. So like, we'll see how crazy Heim wants to go there. I would love to trade for someone crazy. I know a lot of other Pesky Report hosts are very high on Thor. I do not want him on my team. But, I'm
not super high on him.
He's absolutely like a proven like 1-2 guy, like 2-3 guy, but like he's having a down year and I don't really want to buy low on that. That's not something that I'm interested in. I'd rather like buy high on someone like I don't know.
Someone shit on Heim Bloom on Facebook the other day, saying that he would pick up Josh Hader.
Well, he's not that stupid. Like unless we like got rid of like Dave Bush and brought in like some like absolute genius who can fix everyone.
I mean, he's ARB eligible.
Like and like the only person that I trust to fix Josh Hader at this point is Mark Pryor. No one else can do that.
The Brewers totally fleeced the Padres on that.
Oh yeah. But also the Brewers like have been they like that I think everyone just lost that trade. Can we get like Zach Greinke? I don't know.
No.
I would love that. Or like oh well no, they were saying the Marlins. The Marlins like are gonna sell their entire rotation. Like I'll take
Sandy.
I mean, obviously I'll take the AL Cy Young.
NL.
NL Cy Young. Oh my god, my brain today, dude. The AL Cy Young, I don't think should be anybody at this point. With Verlander and McClanahan both down, like no one gets it. Don't give it to Cease just because. Or just like make the voting considerations stop 3 days ago and then go from there. I feel really bad for Shane McClanahan.
I feel bad for Verlander. How old is he? 39?
I think he's like in his 40s, isn't he? Isn't he like 42? Isn't he Rich Hill's age?
No.
I thought he was like 41 or 42.
He's 39.
Okay, well.
He just turned 39 in February.
Word. But I mean, obviously, I don't know if the Marlins are going to let go of Sandy. If they're willing to let go of Sandy, absolutely, like, snatch him up so fast. That would be amazing. But, like, even I would love Pablo Lopez. I love him. Jesus Luzardo's also not terrible. But, like, none of these guys would be our number one. So, I'm not sure where to go from there. And Pivetta, like, just unfortunately isn't consistent enough to be our number one. So we must acquire one.
Yeah. All right. Let's we got a 4-game series against the Texas Rangers.
Woo.
We are not facing Martin Perez, which I'm good with. It is on Thursday. You got Rich Hill versus Glenn Otto. Thursday being today. So by the time you guys start listening to this episode, you will have already known who won. I'm thinking.
Ooh, tell me who won.
Yeah, send us messages. Or
let me know who won so I can bet on it.
Yeah, exactly. On Friday we have one Nicholas Pivetta facing off against Dallas Keuchel. Dallas Keuchel has been having a shit year.
Third team.
He was DFA'd by the Chicago White Sox. Then he was picked up by the Diamondbacks? I believe.
Yeah,
right?
He was
picked up by the Diamondbacks. Then he was DFA'd by the Diamondbacks. Now he's with the Rangers. Hopefully he finds what he had, I guess, with the Astros.
Well, maybe not this start. Let's not choose Boston to be his like get right start, because that would just be so embarrassing.
It would be par for the course in 2022 for the Boston Red Sox.
He's recorded like what, 3 wins this season? 2. He's recorded 2 wins.
Yeah, but how many games has he started?
Enough.
What's his ERA for the season?
8.84. Absolutely dog shit. Like you got DFA'd by the Diamondbacks. Right? Like that is bad.
He's got an 8 ERA. You know what that means, right?
He's gonna shut us out.
He's gonna fucking shut.
No, he won't. He won't. He's simply that's like just the state that he's in right now. It is simply impossible. And if I'm wrong about that, I don't know what to believe anymore. You have no excuse not to put like 10 runs up on Dallas Keuchel.
He's gonna shut tomorrow.
Shut up. I'll be so so sad.
If he fucking shoves, I swear to God, I'm nah you.
I don't think he's capable of shoving at this point. Like with whatever he is missing right now, it's like glaring.
There are plenty of people that should not have been shoving that have shoved
Okay,
against the Red Sox this year.
But we haven't faced a pitcher who's been DFA'd twice in one season.
Whatever makes you sleep easier.
I don't know. I'm really not accepting the L there. I won't. Unacceptable, disgusting embarrassment if you let him beat you.
Okay. On Saturday, we got Bayo versus Kobe Allard. And then on Sunday, we have Cutter Crawford versus Dane Dunning.
Ooh. I want Bayo to record his first win because I said it was going to happen last time and it didn't. It almost did.
You know why he's going to record his first one?
Because Wong is behind the dish.
He's going to be pitching to Wong.
Absolutely. I'm so here. I'm honestly...
And nothing can go Wong that day.
Nothing can go Wong. For the narrative sake, because everyone knows I love me some narrative ball. For narrative's sake, I'm so fine with Bayo not getting his first win until he has Wong catching him. That sounds great.
And then Cutter Crawford's going to fucking shove because he's going to be pitching to Wong.
He's very due for a start that he doesn't look like shit in.
Yeah. So what do you think?
I'm going to go a healthy 3 out of 4.
Which one are they losing? The Keuchel one because he's going to shove.
That would be... I'm honestly fine with that. I'm fine with that. I don't know. I hope they're not too tired tonight. We'll see. You know, they had a happy plane ride because they won. So like maybe, you know, everyone slept tight. Need Rich Hill to go 7 shut again. Real bad. Need that real bad. Yeah, I don't know which one they're gonna lose. Probably either of the last two. But
I'm gonna go. They're gonna 2 of 2, 2 of 4. They're gonna split. You want to know which games they're gonna split?
Sure.
The Keuchel one
And the Crawford one.
the
Pavetta?
Bayo one.
Oh my God! Come on, get Bayo a dub. Let's go.
I want Bayo to get a dub, but I just feel like he's just cursed to not get his first W until next year. Remember, didn't Pavetta, when he came up in 2020, didn't he not get his first win until 2021 or something like that?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. This Rangers lineup is like, you have like 3.5 guys to be scared of.
Simeon,
Seager, Garcia, and then like half Lau I'm scared of. But
so
like
3.5.
Yeah, 3.5 guys. Well, Garcia's been kind of cold. Garcia's been cold recently, so maybe he'll just stay cold. Stay cold in the hitters friendly park of Fenway. Oh, jeez. But like, who the fuck is Bubba Thompson?
Wait, what?
I'm looking at the Rangers lineup for tonight, and I'm like looking at their 9-hitter. I'm like, I have never seen the name Bubba Thompson in my life.
He doesn't even look like a Bubba. Oh,
yeah, he doesn't look like a Bubba at all.
His name is Leslie.
Too skinny to be a Bubba.
Right? His name is Leslie, though.
That's okay. I would also go by Bubba.
It makes sense because he's from Alabama, so Alabama.
Okay, yeah, that checks out. Very southern nickname.
Yeah.
Well, we need to stomp all over them, or I'll be sad because the only thing that can make it's like if we lose, then I'm like, oh wow, really? Shocker. So like, just winning as many baseball games as possible to make me not be angry going to bed is kind of all I can ask for at this point. I'll take it.
Ugh. I just need next season to start already.
Looking forward to 2023. Casas will be up. Hopefully, maybe he'll join us in
Tampa?
Tampa. I don't want him to start in Tampa though. That's the problem. Because then if he doesn't come up on that road trip for Tampa and Baltimore, then he's starting at home against the Yankees for the first time, and I don't want that either. So I don't know. Maybe starting on the road is like a good thing. You don't get like the magic of being called up and starting in Fenway, but kind of like relieves a little bit of pressure.
Oh shit! Fucking forgot about this. Good friend of the show, Addie, is at Fenway right now.
Oh, exciting!
From UK Red Sox fans. I completely forgot about that. Shit, I was supposed to go up this weekend.
Damn.
Her and her brother ended up flying out.
Okay, they got a win for her. So
yep.
Sweep.
Which I think she's going
four game sweep.
I think she's going to 3 of the games. I think today's game she says she was going to be sitting behind home plate.
Ooh.
So
hell yeah.
Hopefully tonight they give her a win and
maybe a couple other ones if they're feeling like it.
Yeah, if they're feeling generous enough, maybe they can fucking win the series.
Would be nice. I'm just here. I'm so here to play spoiler. Like, we don't really get to do that very often. And like when you're in the position of it, you're kind of like, okay, this could be kind of fun. We'll just ruin a bunch of other people's seasons if we can't have a good one ourselves.
So I know we're like an hour and 15 minutes into the episode. There was something that you wanted to talk about. This episode.
Yeah.
It was the MVP race with Shohei Ohtani and Mr. One Aaron Judge. All rise.
I'm so sick of this conversation. I'm like, I want to talk about it, but I'm also so sick of this conversation. So like, you can imagine what my brain feels like right now.
Well, you can't say that, Shohei gets the MVP because he pitches and he hits.
Yes,
I saw your tweet.
Yeah, that's like the funniest thing about this whole conversation is like, and obviously, like, I totally get Yankees fans and people who aren't Yankees fans being super excited about what Judge is doing, because what he's doing is insane this year. 51 home runs in September 1st. Like, you're crazy, dude. Like, you are crazy. But
what is it? 62? He has to get 62.
I think it's 62.
What was Maris's
record? For Maris's record? I think it's either 61 or 62. Or he has to get 62 to beat it, I think is what it is. And like, 10 home runs in a month of baseball is light work for him. So he's going to do it. Like, he's going to have the AL and Yankee record for home runs in a season, which is great. And like, I think the conversation is interesting because people get so worked up in like,
62. He needs 62.
Okay. People get so worked up over like, oh, well, you can't like discount Judge because he can't pitch. And it's like, well, that's not what's happening. What's happening is Shohei's getting extra points because he can pitch and like he does it well. And he's not mediocre on one side of the ball. Like, I would get it if like Shohei was, pitching the same and, if he had like 9 home runs and like 60 RBIs, like I would get the argument for Judge being the MVP there, because it's like, okay, Shohei's only dominant on one side of the ball. He owns everybody when he's in the box and when he's on the mound. And as long as he's doing that, he is the most valuable player. End of conversation. End of conversation.
Do you think that someone who is on, say, a shitty team like the Angels should get an MVP?
I don't think that because I don't think that the way that your roster was built around you you should be penalized for that. Like, and a lot of people are using like Aaron Judge's RBIs as a stat for why he should get MVP, and it's like, it's not Shohei's fault that no one's on base, and it's not Judge's doing that people are on base. It like that goes both ways. Like, you can't. I just don't, you're most valuable to your team regardless of like, you know, the outcome. It's the Tungsten Armo Doyle meme that's like, you know, Shohei can have a generational performance and still lose, and that's not his fault. He's out there doing literally everything he can. There's an entire month of baseball where the Angels only won when he started. Like, that's insane. How is that not the most valuable person in sports? Like, in all of sports. It's just a silly conversation, and I'm over it. But, you know, the media kind of seems like they've decided that Judge is going to get it. I think just on the basis that, like, they don't want Shohei to get it again. But, like, if Judge is... That's the upside, is Judge gets MVP, his price goes way up.
Oh, his price has already gone way up.
His price is already going up, but add MVP there, and you're looking at, you know, Judge and Queens.
You really think he'll go to Queens?
I would love it. I would love it.
How fast do you think Cohen would put the Judge's chair in fucking Citi Field?
Oh my God, he would just do everything. Steve Cohen just like, you know, you hear a lot about like people being so rich they don't know what to do with their money. Steve Cohen's so rich that he knows what to do with his money. Like, he has a plan. I feel like it's gonna be, you know, there's, you know, a big handful of teams that'll probably go all out for him. I'm excited to see this bidding war. It's gonna be crazy. We're gonna be in on it for fun, which will be cool. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know.
All right.
Shohei for MVP.
Do you have anything else that you'd like to add before we end this episode?
Nah, I don't think so. I needed to let that out, though.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, and another thing. I actually do. People were saying that Judge is the best defensive center fielder in baseball, and that is just offensive. That is an offensive statement. Watch the Mets game last night. Brandon Nimmo's catch. Boom. Future Red Sox.
Aaron Hicks is a better center fielder than Aaron Judge.
He's the second best Aaron in the outfield.
It's Judge. Absolutely.
All right. That's it.
Ugh.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Pesky Report. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a review.
Thank you for listening to this Belly Up Sports Podcast Network product. Some said we go belly up, so we made it our name, and we're still here.